Alright, this is going to be my definitive guide to the Jedi Knight Luke Armorer counter to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I have worked on tuning up the speed numbers and created this speed calculator that you can use yourself to figure out what speed of Kylo Ren you can defeat with the speed of your Armorer and your Jedi. So these are the comps. The most common one is the 3-man variation that we have seen in YouTube streams, and it can defeat Supreme Leader Kylo Ren by giving the Armorer buff over to Jedi Knight Luke, who then solos the rest of the team. In GAC data so far from SWGOH.gg, it's not actually the most consistent win. Part of that is because there's an accuracy problem where Jedi Knight Luke gets accuracy from his mastery, which Kylo Ren can siphon away, and that can lead to a situation where Luke just can't land a hit at the end of the battle. You can fix this partially by using Hermit Yoda in the comp. Hermit Yoda, through his Grandmaster's training buff, can give 50% accuracy to Luke, and that seems to solve a lot of those problems. Where the issue still lies, though, is that Supreme Leader Kylo Ren can get very fast, and under these types of builds, you're usually trying to get your Armorer to at least half of the speed of Kylo Ren while accounting for his leadership buff. And that's difficult because Kylo Ren is very, very fast, and the Armorer, if you have her at 3 stars, is very difficult to get fast, especially because you can only use 5-dot mods. So what I've been able to figure out is, and people have seen this already before, that if you use direct focus from Revan onto Kylo, you can slow down his second turn, buying you a little more time to get to the Armorer's turn. What I haven't seen anyone else point out before is that you can even add something to the 5th slot here, and that would be Juhani, who has Old Republic and Jedi tags. And through Jedi Knight Revan's leadership ability, don't have that up, will actually allow you to gain more speed for Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Knight Revan, thereby giving you more time to get Jedi Knight Revan's second turn, direct focus onto Kylo, and buy time for your Armorer. And this can allow you to hit up to 20 speed higher than you would otherwise in this counter. And that's what's captured in this calculator here. So I have an opponent in my shard that has set a 595 speed Kylo Ren, which is 4 away from the fastest possible in the game, or the fastest that's in SWGOH.gg. And we're going to show how we can counter that with a very simple squad here. Now, Juhani doesn't really add anything to the team except for that speed buff, so she doesn't need to be anything special at all. Hermit Yoda doesn't need to be fast at all. He just needs to be, in the ballpark of the speed of the Armorer. And so the core comes down to the speed of these 3 characters. So we can just enter them into our calculator. The Kylo Ren is at speed 595. My Revan is at 332. My Luke is 233. And my Armorer at Gear 8, 3 stars, is 276. So this calculator will tell you one of 2 ways that you could possibly get the Armorer buff onto Luke. And that is either, is the Armorer going to be at least half the speed of Kylo Ren? And the answer here is no. She would need to have a speed of 313, which is just not possible at 3 stars. So the other way is to get a sacrifice of Jedi Knight Revan, get a second turn, direct focus onto Kylo to slow him down, and then still have the Armorer be fast enough to get another turn. This lets you make your Armorer about 60 speed slower and still have the counter work, so long as your Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Knight Revan are at least as fast as the Kylo. And right there, we're actually short by 31 speed right now. By adding in Yoda and Juhani, we actually get to put more speed there from Revan's leadership. So Yoda adds 5, Juhani adds another 10, that's 15. And now we are still 1 speed away from making this counter work. So let's go check out Luke. There we go. 234. And now that we've been able to satisfy both of these conditions, we will be able to get the Armorer buff to Jedi Knight Luke before she dies. So let's go into battle. The beginning of this battle is very predictable. Kylo will always pick Revan, and so long as Revan is able to die in this first attack, so I mean, just don't make Revan too tanky, you'll get your turn. You pass turn meter over to Luke. Luke needs to stun the entire team. That buys the armor a little more time. As you can see, we made our team one speed enough to get through this, and Kylo is nearly about to take his turn as Revan gets his. We use direct focus, remove 50% turn meter. Now the armor gets a turn. We put the armor stack on Luke, and then we make sure to give Luke Grandmaster's training. And after this point, the counter is so consistent, you can just throw it on auto, and the AI will make poor decisions, will target Kylo during ults, will use stuns when they shouldn't be used, and it just doesn't matter because it's a locked-in counter at this point. So if you don't know the armor, the core things it gives you is immunity to critical hits, which makes it much harder for Kylo to deal enough damage to kill Luke, and also 100% counter chance. You combine that with Luke's inability to be stunned, and it's just very difficult to take this down. I imagine the only things that would break this is if you could somehow daze Luke, or if the other team had Traya, and that would cleanse off all of the stuns that we used to open the match. Erroring out here because we ran that on airplane mode to make sure that we didn't knock my guild or shard mate back. So anyways, that's the calculator that I've built. All of the math is contained over in this section, and you can dive into it if you're really interested in bad Excel math and how it figures out these speed orders. But that's basically the team. Adding in Juhani allows you to swing a lot higher in the speeds that you can counter. She doesn't bring anything else to the team. She's negative banners if you ran this in Territory War or GAC, so obviously only bring her if you need the speed, but she at least gives you more wiggle room to try to reach up to even the fastest Kylos in the game. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that. Link for this calculator is in the description below.